Hi, welcome to another video. These set of videos all about the large data set for countries for A-level maths. It says the pre-release material contains information about all countries. Here is an extract of the data. We've got birth rate, death rate per thousand, birth rate per thousand, and median age. It says, explain how the data should be cleaned before any analysis takes place, and then use your calculator to calculate the mean and the standard deviation of the birth rate per 1,000, giving your answers correct to 2 decimal places. Okay, so the countries are marked with start hash NA needs to be removed from before any analysis can take place. Now, you normally can do this on an Excel and just put a filtering in. So, if we now use the GDC and for the remaining data, what you need to do is go to the statistics mode on your calculator and then create a column of that first column there of birth rates. Okay, missing out the one for the Falkland Islands or the Isles Malvinas. So there are some screenshots. Now, once you've got the data in, you do need to set the calculator so that it just reads the first list only and treats the second list as a frequency of 1. If it's a frequency distribution, you would need to change this one here. So you get to that by pressing this arrow button here, and the thing says set. So if you now press calc, you'll get the information that you need in order to answer the question. Now, there are formulas for these, but in an exam, of course, if it's only worth 1 mark, you're just going to write down the answer. But this is a video to sort of have some sort of meaning. So x bar, the mean, is sigma x over n. So you can get sigma x from the data here. So it's going to be 188 over 17. There was 12 pieces of data because one got removed. And that gives that answer of 15.68 to 2 decimal places. And then for the standard deviation is the square root of sigma x squared minus n times x bar squared over n minus 1 for MEI maths. Again, you can get this information directly from the calculator. The value that you want is this one here. Okay, if you're doing the other sort of boards, they will probably want you to do this one, and then you wouldn't put n minus 1 here. Okay, so that's going to be taking the numbers from the calculator. So you've got these numbers here, 2986 point dot dot minus 12 times the mean that you just calculated. Obviously, don't round anything off, but you'd have that value in your calculator over 12 minus 1 in our case, which will give this value here 1.81 to 2 decimal places. You don't need to use the formulas here, but you would in the next part of the question. Okay, so it says the real GDP per capita of the same country is also analysed to give these summary statistics. And you're asked to calculate the mean and the variance. So that you would have to take these values. So the mean is sigma x over n, so it's going to be sigma x over 13 in this case. Okay, we're assuming that we know the one for the Malvinas or the Falkland Islands. That gives 19,015.69. Now, the variance is the standard deviation squared. So we take that formula we just had, sigma x squared minus n x bar squared over n minus 1, which will give 7942.81616 minus 13 times our mean that we calculated here, obviously don't round it off, divided by 13 minus 1, and that gives this value here of 266960534.6. Then it says a scatter plot of median age y against the birth rate x is plotted, and a line of best fit is determined to be y is equal to 1 minus 1.71x plus 57.71. Estimate the median age of the population of the Falkland Isles, Isles Malvinas, correct to 1 decimal place, and explain why it's not good to use this estimate. Okay, so you probably have to go back and look at the table for this, so you can always pause the video and go back. But here is the equation of best fit. Okay, so the birth rate for the Falkland Islands or the Isles Malvinas on that original table was 10.9, so we'll just substitute that in and we'll get y is equal to minus 1.71 times 10.9 plus 57.71, okay, which will give 39.07 years. It doesn't seem to be right for, just on just sort of general knowledge. Now, if you go back and look at the data, let's just go back and look at the data for that one, for that whole table here. You'll see that 10.9 was the lowest one. So if we calculate, and you see the others are much higher, if we've calculated a line of regression from this data here, not including that one, then against these, because we wouldn't be able to include this one here because it's not there, then we will see that this is outside the range of the data, and therefore it is not a good idea to use it. So in order to answer the last part of the question, it's not good to use this value, as 10.9 is outside the data range, and this is called extrapolation, and this is the word they're looking for on exam scripts. Okay, so this has been a video to look at some large data sets for countries, calculating the mean and the standard deviation of variance, and having a look at a line of best fit. I hope you've understood, and maybe you could consider subscribing to my channel. And in the link of this video, you will find a link to my website where you will find hundreds and thousands of videos to help you with A-level maths and IGCSE maths and Key Stage 3. Thank you very much for watching.